Today we're gonna make chicken saltimbocca. Traditionally, this dish is made with veal. It is a delicious one and it's very, very simple. It's all just prep work. Most of the restaurants around here, when they prepare it, they're serving it with spinach. Let's do garlic spinach first, and then we'll move on to pounding out the chicken and everything else. I have clean spinach, baby spinach, that has been rinsed. Take as many cloves of garlic as you like. I'm gonna use 3 for this. And with the back of my knife, I was able to just hit the skin, and the skin will pop right off. Save your good pan for, like your stainless steel pan for the chicken. So I'm gonna use a non-stick here for the spinach. So let the garlic get lightly golden. Take about 1 minute, maybe 2 minutes. You just don't wanna burn it here at all. And then the spinach is wet. So by washing it and keeping it relatively wet, it's gonna be able to steam in here. If you can't fit it all right away, it'll wilt in a second, and then you can just pack it all in. Just flip over the soft stuff, push the other stuff down. And just try to cover it as tight as you can. It'll take about a minute or two. And it's been about 2 minutes. And you'll have a lot of water in the bottom of the pan here. If you have too much water, you can drain it, take the lid cracked and just drain it over there, and you can just add a little bit more olive oil, finish it with good extra virgin. But just if you need to, just drain it. Do about a teaspoon of salt, cracked black pepper, or regular pepper, whatever. Okay, and then turn it off. Keep it covered off to the side. Here's 2 pounds of chicken. It is thin sliced chicken cutlets, but they're not thin enough. So we have to pound them out ourselves. You want them all kind of equal thickness. You make a scallopini. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. You can keep them like this. You're gonna have to cook it a little bit longer. Traditionally though, it's done with a very thin piece. Look at this plastic wrap. This is from Costco again. I know I feel like I'm always saying Costco, but this thing is huge. It's 18 inches wide, so it's the width of my cutting board right here. I can pull off a big piece. I got 3 pieces here. I put the plastic on top. And with this part of the hammer, okay, the flat part, you're just gonna be able to pound them out a little bit. The most important thing is I want to try to get this chicken to be the same thickness all around. Now we have our pieces. Now, sometimes some of the pieces will break, but this is pretty good right there. See how thin that is? And that's kind of what we want. So this chicken, the natural break point is gonna be right here on it. So now we got 2 pieces, and you just lay them on the side. If you have little pieces that are falling off, you can get rid of them. Do the best you can cutting it into pieces. Try to cut them into about 5 to 6 inches long and a couple inches wide. And that'll give it a nice amount, like each person could eat like 2 or 3 of the pieces. Next thing we want to do is season it with salt and pepper on both sides. Now just keep in mind, prosciutto is very salty, so you might maybe use a little bit less salt than you normally use, but you still need to salt it. Okay, flip them all over, salt and pepper on the other side. I have prosciutto di Parma right here. Here, this is 6 ounces. This is a 6-ounce pack. I really recommend you use parchment paper. Now, if you don't have a baking tray, whatever, it's still lay the parchment paper just on your countertop. If you don't do this, you're gonna have to kind of like have a big station set up where you have everything. So I really recommend that you prep them all in advance. Here's all the sage leaves. And here's the flour for dredging. Let's do a couple. Okay, a piece of prosciutto here. Probably gonna need about almost all of it. I'm gonna layer it right there, and I'm gonna press it in. Press it in there. It's gonna stick to the chicken. Depending on the size of your sage leaves, like this one's really big, you can just use 1. If you have little small leaves like this, then you can use 2. They're all done right here. As you can see, it doesn't take that long. You put the toothpick through one side of the sage leaf, interweave it, and you come back up the other side just so it sticks. You just need it to stick. We're gonna take our chicken into the flour, we're gonna dredge it, and we're gonna put it right here on our parchment paper lined baking sheet. Very gently get it in there. Turn it over, shake off the excess as best you can, and then lay it over there and just do them all. You don't want too much flour in here. Flour is gonna help it get a better sear, and it's going to help the sauce thicken a tiny bit. All right, so all the chicken is floured, it's all ready to go. Let's turn the heat a little less than medium. If you have a stainless steel pan, I recommend you use it. You're gonna get a really nice sear on here. All right, as it's let it heat up for a couple minutes, few minutes to get hot. I have a wire rack here. After we sear each set of chicken, we're gonna put it on the wire rack. I'm gonna fry these in olive oil and butter. So for the whole recipe, there's 5 tablespoons of butter, roughly 4 or 5, give or take. I'm gonna use about half of it right now and olive oil to fry the chicken. The remaining butter we'll use at the end to make the sauce. I'm just using regular olive oil, not extra virgin or anything, and I'm using butter, unsalted butter. And put the prosciutto side down. And work in batches. If you're using a regular stove, use 2 burners at the same time if you got 2 pans. These are about 1/8 to 1/4 inch. Some of these are pretty thin, so they're not gonna take very long. See that really nice color on there? Perfect. And it's not gonna take you long to cook these. And even if they're not cooked all the way through, you're gonna put them over here, and when we make the sauce, they're gonna go back in the sauce for a couple minutes, so they'll have a chance right at the end to finish off. You can touch it with your finger. It'll be relatively firm, it won't be like mushy. Right away, a bit more oil and a touch more butter. So just work in batches. They don't take long. It's about 3.5, 4 minutes total per piece. So good. Chicken is done. It's right here. And let's make the sauce really quick. At this time, you can heat up your spinach too. You just keep it very low on a burner just so it's warm and ready to go. Gonna take wine, about a cup of wine. Get your head back. Take a wooden spoon and remove any brown bits on the bottom. You remove them by scraping it with the wooden spoon. Okay, turn this heat to high. Bring this to a boil. We're making a very, very simple pan sauce here. In addition to that 1 cup of wine, I have 3/4 cup of chicken stock. I'm gonna put it in here, and I wanna reduce all this in half. I'm gonna reduce this to 7/8 of liquid, or even lower, 3/4. And it's gonna take about 4, 5, 6, I don't know, maybe 7 minutes for it to reduce. It'll thicken slightly, but we're also gonna add some butter at the end to make it a little richer. The sauce is well reduced. Turn the heat down to about medium to medium low, and take that butter, the rest of the butter, I got a couple tablespoons here, and mix it right in there to make a sauce. Just whisk it in. If you think you need a little bit more sauce, just add a little bit more chicken stock. That's all you have to do. You can even add a little bit more wine. You can turn up your heat. It's fine. All right, I'm gonna give the sauce a taste. That's really, really good. Doesn't need any salt. Doesn't need, maybe a little bit of pepper. All right, so here's the platter to serve it in. And here's all the chicken. So you can keep the heat relatively low. I'm gonna just warm the chicken up, and I'm gonna put this right in a plate right here. Take about half the pieces. I don't have enough room in here to do it all, so just heat these up. Turn them upside down and coat them both sides just so they get warm through, and then add them right to your plate. And then do the other batch, and then you're good to go.
But
okay.
Yeah, I'll have the pasta.
Well, you could try it.
Yeah, I'll have the pasta visual.
He wants the pasta visual for dinner. I mean, pasta visual and chicken saltimbocca on the same day today. And you'll see if you watch a bunch of my videos, you'll see I have the same shirt on. So when you do try it, make sure that you remove the toothpicks. Don't forget about that. You let me know what you think, bud. He's been eating a bunch. What do you think of it, James? Is it good or not? Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, don't eat too much because we still gotta eat dinner. And he wants the pasta visual anyway. I'm looking forward to eating that more than the pasta visual, even though I like pasta visual.
By the way, check out his pasta visual video.
Well, I think they would. I mean, we've been talking about it for like 3 minutes. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. See you next time, right, James?
Yes, see you next time.